Let's take a look at the architectural material next. Change the material type and select it from the browser. Now this material was designed to be used with the radiosity renderer, and it's the default material in Viz. The radiosity renderer creates an accurate lighting solution, and I'll be talking more about this in the rendering module. It's designed to be used with photometric light sources. If you're using standard lights with the scanline renderer, then don't use this material. Use the standard material instead. If you're using mental ray, then use the new Arch Plus design material that I'll talk more about in the rendering module. So this material is really specific to radiosity. One of the nice things about it is that it's easy to use. There aren't that many components. You can select from one of these templates, and this will determine the shader that's used and some internal parameters that are hidden from the user. For example, I'll select glass clear, and I'll turn on the background. Choose a white color, and the sample slot looks a lot like the ray trace material did when I was simulating glass. I'll reinitialize active shade to make a rendering, and you'll see that this actually takes longer than the ray trace material. That's because we are ray tracing here, and we're using a Fresnel fall-off map. But there's no way to tell that here because there are no maps that are shown. All of that is controlled by the selection of the template. Now some of the component names are different than what you're used to in the standard material. You can set translucency here with its own component. Luminance is the ability of the material to emit light, and this is something that happens in radiosity. You can set a value here, and that will be in candelas per square meter. You can alternatively select a luminance value from a photometric light if you click on this button. There are some special effect channels down here, and these components can be mapped. The cutout component is useful for entourage. The intensity component modulates the brightness of the material. And it's often a good idea to use a noise map in the intensity to create some variation in the flat shading of the material.